Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us on this webinar. My name is Sarah. I am the Customer Success Manager at freeconference.com. And like many of you, I'm working from home at the moment. So thank you for connecting with us. We're going to go through over some basics about using freeconference.com, answer a lot of general questions that I know many of you have. My colleague, Cara, she is managing the chat today, so she can answer any questions that you would like to post over there. So let's jump straight into things. Let me share my screen and I'll go over some basics from your free conference account. So, all right. So let me go over here to this account. So this is what you see when you log into your account. And you're all probably very familiar with this. You'll note that you have all your conference details at the top of the screen. You can find them at any time. And if you click on any of these, it will copy that to your clipboard, which is really handy if you want to share that with people to get started on a meeting straight away. So that's what I wanted to walk through first. If you wanted to, sorry, let me quickly go back, make sure that you guys can all see my screen. Perfect, okay. All right, so you don't have to schedule a call in our system to hold a conference. You can do. It's a really handy tool. It sends automatic reminders and invites with all of the conference details. But if you don't want to do that, or if you prefer using your own email messaging system, or you just want to set something up really quickly, you can just copy and paste any of these details here into an email, a WhatsApp message, any other instant message, text message, and share them. You can have people join via web or phone in the same meeting. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do anything different if it's video versus phone only or just audio via web. It's all the same. You can copy this info here. You can copy all of the info, both phone and web info, via this link on the left-hand side. The first person who connects, by default, the first person who connects is going to hear hold music, whether you are the moderator or the participant. The second person who connects, by default, the hold music stops and you hear each other. So it's very easy to get started. With a meeting on the fly. You will notice you have a moderator pin. You can find all this info also here by clicking dial-in information. What's the moderator pin for? Well, it doesn't need to be used by default. Everyone can just use the participant access code. And with smaller meetings, I think that's enough. You can just have everyone use the participant access code. But if you're having larger meetings, or maybe you have a paid subscription and you want to start call recording during your meeting, then make sure you call in with the moderator pin first. So with the default settings, when you create a new account, it isn't required to have someone use the moderator pin when they call in. Everyone can use the access code, the participant access code, but you'll want to use that moderator pin if you've got larger calls and you want to mute everybody. That's what the *7 is here for. Or if you have a paid subscription and you'd like to record the call, that's using *9. You've also got some other features. If you have a paid subscription, this particular account is on a free one. You can also, we've also got some security settings, which I will go into a little bit more detail later. It's *5, and that would lock the conference. So that's another reason why you would want to use the moderator pin. Now, to be clear, if you want to connect online as the moderator, just make sure that you are logged into your account like I am here, I'm logged into my account
Michelle
online.
has joined.
And then to join via web, I just go ahead and hit start here. And then I will connect as the moderator online. That's going to give me a few more features. I'll show you over here. So you can see here that I have a record option, which you won't have on your account. I also can have a participant list here where I can mute everybody. So you'll notice that here I have the option to mute all or unmute all. Just using that one button. And if I were to click unmute all, I won't do that now. If I were to click mute all, you'll see I've got the option to allow people to unmute themselves. So that's good. So right now you're all in presentation mode and you're muted. So that gives you the opportunity. I can just continue my presentation. If I wanted to allow you to unmute yourself,
has joined.
To ask questions and such, we'd be able to do that at the end, and I could use this option to allow you to unmute yourself. So the other feature that you have control over as a moderator is I can also manage here the chat. I can choose, and this is another great security feature, I can choose if it's only myself that can then put anything in the chat. So that's going to prevent anybody from posting anything there that you don't want shared meeting. So that's a really good feature to have, again, for additional security. So let me go a little bit into the settings in your account. So one feature that's really useful if you have large meetings and you want to make sure that people cannot start the conference without you being present as the moderator. This is another reason why you would use a moderator pin that I mentioned earlier, or join as a moderator online with you while you're logged into your account. If you turn this on, it means that no one can talk to each other. They'll just hear the hold music until you connect as a moderator. So that's a good one for larger meetings where you don't want people to be chatting before you get on there. And on the point
Rebecca
of
has joined.
that hold music, we do have a new feature where you can customize the hold music. You can choose from a large list of playlists that we have available, or you can upload your own audio. This is available, this is included in our Pro subscription for $34.99 a month, or you can get it now for a limited time as an add-on for $2.99 a month. So just reach out to one of our support team, get in touch via chat, and we can help you get set up with that if you need assistance. So that's another handy feature. We've also got chimes and name announce. So for larger meeting, I'd recommend going in here and turning these off. For a smaller meeting, you can, by default, by the way, this setting is on for all accounts when you create a new account. So you'd have to go in here and turn it off if you didn't want it on. So you just slide these, tap them, turn them on and off, and then hit save to update your settings. Make sure they're off. So another security feature, you can change your access code whenever you want. So let's say you've given out your conference details to a number of people, and then someone's got hold of it that you don't want on your meeting, or it's gotten out somewhere public and you're concerned about who's accessing your meeting. Just hit get new code here, and then that will allow you to, anyone who had the old code can't join your meeting anymore. So, and then you just share it with whoever you would like to have that code. Just remember, you can't go back to the old code if you reset it, and it'll impact all of your scheduled calls. So you'd need to let everybody know of the new access code if you were to do that. Same goes for your moderator pin. Here you can set primary dial-in numbers. Anything that's listed here is going to end up on your invitations. You have one main primary dial-in number. Just make sure we're that off. Okay. All right, we come back here. You can have one main primary dial-in number. That's the one that you're going to see over here. That's the first one on the list. But you can also
Has
go
joined.
ahead and search through the list here to add anything else. And then here, probably the other most important one is moderator control. So you can set a default, what we call mute mode, for every one of your meetings. So if you're having a lot of mostly small meetings with 5 to 10 people, you can have your default mode as conversation, which, by the way, every new account created has conversation mode as the default mode. But if you're having larger calls with a lot of people connecting, I'd recommend choosing either Q&A or presentation. That will mean that everyone, as they join, is muted. And then you can choose during the conference to change it if you want to. You can also have it set by default as conversation mode and change it yourself in the meeting. I showed you how to do that online. I'll come back to that one more time. You've got this here. We can mute all, unmute all. It's also up the top here in the participant list, mute all, unmute all. And then via phone, it's *7. That's the way you'll mute and unmute everybody. Now, I wanted to mention some premium features because I know security is on the top of everybody's mind right now. This account has a paid subscription, and you notice we've got some other features. We've got a security code, which means that you can have another layer. It adds another code when people join a meeting. So you can have this set maybe for a short time, or you can schedule calls to have this security code. The way I would use it is, let's say I have a lot of meetings with different people regularly on and off during the day, and then there's maybe 1 or 2 meetings which are a little bit more personal. Maybe it's dealing with a matter that needs to be more private. I can enable this security code, give the individuals that are joining me to that meeting this security code, and then they would be the only ones that can access it. Anyone who's already got your access code can't accidentally join because they don't have the security code. So you can turn this on and off as and when you need it and choose your own security code here. It can be whatever you want. And that would be for people connecting via web or phone. And this is for any paid subscription. So starting with the personal plan for $9.99 a month upwards. Let me go to now when you schedule, we have another great security feature called the one-time access code, also available with any paid subscription. So when you're scheduling a meeting, you go and click here, your security settings, and then you can choose a one-time access code. So that would mean that that code is only valid for the duration of your meeting. And you'll notice when you connected here, anyone who was a little bit early would have seen a message that it's going to start, that your meeting will start later at the scheduled time. So, and then when this meeting ends with a one-time access code, you can't join again. So that's useful for security, useful also if you have back-to-back meetings and you want to make sure someone who's early doesn't connect into your meeting right now. So that's also useful for those kinds of meetings. And one final security feature that's very good. Oh, no, there's 2 more. I can also block or block and disconnect somebody from the online meeting room. So that's available via the participant list. That will completely disconnect them from the call and prevent them from rejoining. The other one that I can do here, if I go to my settings, and there's a lock
Conference
option.
call locked. No other callers permitted.
I'm going to unlock it.
Conference call unlocked. Callers are allowed to join.
So when you lock a meeting, it means no one else can join, and it's closed off. And then obviously that would mean if anybody leave, that couldn't come back in again, and then you can unlock it at any time. So we've got a few really good security features available. Screen sharing is really simple. You go here and hit the share button. Screen sharing is available on computers only at the moment. You can do it inside of Google Chrome. Google Chrome is where our service is optimized for. So that would be the service I would recommend using. You can use Safari as well, or Firefox. So that's where you can share from. People can view your screen sharing session from mobile devices as well. They can view it from an Android or from Chrome on an Android device. So that's like a Samsung or something like that. And they can view on EOS, like on an iPhone or an iPad using Safari. At the moment, it's only available for what's called EOS 13 and up. So that's the newer sort of mobile operating system from iPhones and iPads. So it's not available on the older one. So just be aware of that. While I'm talking about video and screen sharing, video is also, and that's pretty new, it's available now on Safari on mobile devices, so on iPhones and iPads. It's not yet available on our iPhone and iPad mobile app, but it will be very soon. We're working on having that available hopefully by next week. The other important one when we're talking about mobile is capacity. So you can have up to, with a free subscription, you can have up to 5 people connect online, and they can all share their video or their screen. That's with a free subscription. You can also have up to 100 people connect via phone. With our paid subscriptions, you can have, with the starter plan, you can have up to 15. With our plus plan, up to 50. And with our pro plan, up to 100 people connect online. And the maximum phone callers at the moment is 100 people via phone across the board. If you need to have more than 100 people join via phone, we do have some custom plans for that. Please reach out to our sales team, sales@freeconference.com, and they will be able to give you the right, they'll be able to explain to you how you can have that. So it is to have more than 100 people join via phone using our service. We just need to have a custom subscription for that. So just reach out to sales@freeconference.com. I wanted to also touch, because I know we've been getting more interest in this. We have another feature called YouTube live streaming. I'll share my screen again. So that will potentially allow you to give access to, let's delete that real quick. That will allow you to give access to almost an unlimited number of people to view your meeting or your conference online. So all you do when you're on the pro subscription, so it's only available on the pro subscription for $99 a month. You go into your account, you go to the recording section, make sure that auto online meeting, if you would like to have all your meetings set that way, and also choose automatically live stream. Now, what's important is you've got to head to YouTube and you've got to get a streaming key and a share URL, and then make sure this is switched on. And once you've got both of those details, you hit save, and that will update that information. That is the first important task. Then once you've done that, you'll see that when you go to hit I don't want to stop recording, but you'll see when you can hit record, you'll choose first record online meeting, and then once you've selected that, you'll get another option to stream live to YouTube. Then when you're in YouTube, to familiarize yourself with that, which I have had to do, and it's a learning curve potentially, but we're happy to walk through that with you. If you'd like to reach out individually to the support team, we would be happy to meet up with you to get you set up with your live streaming. So then you just go to your YouTube account, either use schedule or start a live streaming now, and then you just make sure you hit go live, and it will stream directly to your YouTube channel. And within YouTube, you'll get a public link. It's not a link connected to free conference. You just share that public link with everybody, and they'll be able to view your presentation via YouTube. So that is you at the moment. Sorry, I'm just seeing a question pop up in chat. We don't have anything to live stream, so that would not be possible. It's just YouTube where we can live stream to right now. I'm just going to flick through some of these questions in the chat for those who may not have seen those answers. Yes, with the paid subscription, you can cancel at any time. It's a rolling monthly contract, so you're not locked into anything for 12 months. You can give it a try, see how it works for you, or if you don't need it all the time, because potentially a lot of people right now will not need all of these services for a long period of time, and we hope it will be a very short period of time. You can cancel as soon as you don't need that anymore, so that's no problem at all. Yeah, so it's if you were subscribed from today, for example, that would renew in the 8th of June, or 8th of May, sorry, would be the renewal date. So when you mute everybody, it does not mute the moderator. It mutes only people who are connected as participants. Just clarifying that. I saw that question now. Will not mute anybody who's joined the moderator pin, and it won't mute anyone that you have someone a moderator, as I have done here with my colleague Cara. Moderate again at any time. Whoops, that's not. Another, I wish